Hello everyone and welcome to another video with me, Ellie. Today is going to be a yarny video because I just got back from the Perth Yarn Festival and Jack's here to say hello as well. Hello Jack, what do you think? So I just got back from the Perth Yarn Festival, Perth Festival of Yarn. I'm not actually sure which way it goes around, but anyway, and that is Perth in Scotland in case anyone was confused because there's the Perth in multiple locations. And I just got back, and so today is going to be a bit of a yarny purchases video and kind of future plans. I'm not going to go, some of them are gifts for people, so I'm not going to go too in detail on those, but yeah, that's what today is going to be. So if you're not interested in yarny purchases, then this video is probably not for you. Thanks for checking by. But if you are, let's go. Some of these I did not purchase myself, my mom actually purchased. So my mom and I went, it was actually like a family affair, and my husband and my father also came. I was a little bit worried my dad was going to be bored because he's not really into yarn, but my husband's actually very, for someone who doesn't knit or crochet, he's actually very attentive to the yarny worlds and stuff, and he likes to choose yarn for himself and for presents for his family members as well. So he's definitely, I always bring him along to yarny events, but yes, it was like a whole family thing. And some of this yarn my mother actually purchased for me to knit socks for her and my dad, which I love. I love knitting socks, especially with fancy hand-dyed yarn, and so yeah, if my mom wants to pay for it, I'm happy to knit it. So let's just start. These are in no order, this is just like they're piled up next to me. I'm just gonna go for it, and we'll just have a look. So the first one is this one. And let's so this is Bobble and Badger. The colorway is Lover's Lane, and it's a hand-dyed 4-ply sock yarn. It's 75% superwash merino and 25% nylon, and you can find them on Etsy and Instagram as Bobble and Badger. And just look at those colors. I don't want to get my face in so that it focuses on the yarns, but these are not ordinarily colors that I would go for. But I've been trying to go for some slightly more muted colors, because I tend to wear like more pastel-y, like pink and purple, and then grays and blacks. And so sometimes I have these like rainbow socks, and then I'm wearing shoes and my socks are very obvious. I'm just like wearing all black and these bright shoes, socks. So I thought I'd try and go for some like slightly like colorful but maybe more pastel. So I was looking at this and I was like, I'm not sure, do you think I'd wear this? And my husband's, yep, he thinks I'll wear them. So we got this. And then let's see, I'll choose this one because it's from the same shop. So this is also Bobble and Badger. This is the same superwash merino nylon. And this one is Violet Veil. And look at that. So we've got some like hot fuchsia pinks in here. We have some greens, and then lots and lots of this beautiful purple color here. Lots of that. It's like predominantly purple. I think this is amazing. So this is going to be a gift for someone. I was like in two minds about whether I wanted it for me or for the other person. And I almost thought maybe I'll buy two. I'll buy one for me, one for them. But I said, no, I'll be restrained. We'll just get one. So this is going to be a gift. Then this is from Needle and Thread. So this is a hand-dyed yarn. This is BFL sock, and the color, I don't know if it has a colorway. I don't see a color name, which is fine. It's beautiful. Doesn't say on the front, no. Okay, so this is, like I said, this is Needle and Thread, which I thought was a very cute, funny name. And this is 75% blue face Leicester wool and 25% nylon. So the reason why I got this is because, well, I suggested that husband got something made, some sock yarn with BFL, because I've recently knit some short socks. If you've been on my Instagram, you've seen them. They've got a little tab at the back, and so they kind of look like sports running socks. And my husband said, oh, can you make me some for running in? And I was like, hand-dyed yarn is usually with merino, and that's not a very hard wearing yarn. It's amazingly soft and lovely, but it doesn't take a beating. And so I was saying, if you want some for running in, I think that we should use a more sturdy yarn. So we thought BFL. I find BFL to be quite a sturdy yarn, so that's what we got. And then it's just these lovely, gorgeous browns kind of like hazelnutty, walnutty. I don't know, there's some like lighter almost yellows and then darker. I'm really excited to work up with these colors. I think it's gonna look really nice. And then we have, I'll just pick the next one. We have, this is from Mothy and the Squid, and it's called White Lipped Tree Frog. So this is also going to be a gift. Whoops. And this is 75% merino, 25% nylon superwash. So, and this is a 4-ply. But I'm actually going to knit another Musselburgh hat. So that's what I'm wearing right now, is the Musselburgh hat, which is a pattern by Isolde Teague. And I did mine in 2 colors, so I've got pink on the inside and purple on the outside. And so I'm going to do another one, which is actually going to be with this purple one. So this is Ducky Darlings, and it is a superwash Donegal Neps 4-ply, and the color is amethyst. So I'm just trying to make sure I've written the names of the recipients on these, so I'm just trying to make sure. So yeah, they'll be kind of like a dual color hat like this one. So yeah, this one's got like lots of like yellows and greens, mostly greens in it, a bit of like speckling, which will look really nice. And then this one has these really fun neps in them. If we get up close, you can see they kind of like stick out. Camera's probably focusing on my face, but these little bits here, those are the neps. And that's going to be really fun as well, I think, in the hat. And then we have another one for me. This one is from Buzzin Yarns, hand dyed in Scotland, and the colorway is Unicorn Tears. That's a bit sad, but I love the color so much. And this is got sparkle in it, sparkle sock yarn. It's 75% wash, superwash merino, 20% nylon, and 5% silver stellina. And so it's just this beautiful, and I don't know if you can catch, it's got a bit of sparkle on it. Oh, it's not really, I'm struggling to get that sparkle on the camera. Whoops. Yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna get the sparkle, but it's just got this lovely like subtle sparkle. I don't want, for socks, I don't want it like super in your face. It's just got a lovely subtle sparkle. And then it's just got like these lovely like pinks and like turquoisey greeny blues and a bit of purple in it. So this is like my usual color palette, but I think a little bit more pastel. So I think it'll probably look crazy with my all black tracky bottom suit and then these socks, but I'm still really excited for these. Then we have another one from Ducky Darlings, and this one is a superwash merino nylon 75-25. So that's like my standard for socks is a 75-25. And this one is called Blue Willow, and this is also a gift, so I need to kind of hide the name, but it's just lovely. Predominantly blues, is a little bit of purple, hint of purple, but predominantly blues in this. I think it's going to be lovely. I think the recipient's really going to like those. Now we move on to, hi Jack, we move on to the socks for my parents. I think, are these all from the same place? Yes, they are. So these are all from Quack Yarns. So that yarn ball is a Q and then Quack. And so yeah, Etsy shop, and also on Instagram, quack.yarn, and on Facebook, Quack Yarn. So this is called How Many Sleeps. So I presume it's maybe a reference to Christmas. I don't know. It's 75 superwash merino, 25% nylon, and 5% stellina. And this is actually a double knit. So you can knit double knit socks. I have knit one pair of double knit socks. I don't wear them that much for two reasons. Well, I wear them, but I don't knit them for two reasons. The one is that I just prefer the smaller stitches, like how that feels. But also, the double knit socks knit up too fast for me. I want more knitting from my socks, so I prefer 4-ply. But my mom really liked this yarn and she wanted socks, and it's got 75% wool and 25% non-wool. So I said, absolutely, I can knit socks. So these are going to be for my mom. It's got mostly like this navy blue and black, and then obviously some sparkly stellina. I think you can see the stellina on this one better. Okay, then continuing in these dark colors, this one is called Engine oil. That's actually such a great name for this. I don't know if it'll show up very well in on the camera, but it's like black with green and blue and purple. That is actually such a good name. This is how, I mean, it's really bad. It's really pretty, but it's really bad when you see oil spills on the tar from cars. That is how this looks. Really pretty. And this isn't bad. So again, this is superwash merino. This is actually 70% superwash merino, 20% yak, and 10% nylon. So we're not 100% sure how these are going to go. These are meant to be socks for my dad, but my dad has really sensitive skin. He has like sensitivity things. And so when I've knit him socks in the past, I always knit him 75% merino wool and 25% nylon. So the wool content always has to be 100% merino for my dad, because he just finds other things too scratchy. He doesn't have a wool allergy, because that's like an allergy to the lanolin, and in that case the merino wool wouldn't help, but it's more to do with like the scratchiness. And so merino wool works perfect, but this actually is 20% yak, and I've never knit with yak. It feels pretty soft. It is still 70% merino. So we're not 100% sure how these are going to go, but we will just try them out. Maybe I'll knit him one sock and he can try it on, and if he does, I don't know if he'll know straight away if he doesn't like it, but if he doesn't like it, I can pull out and knit them for my mom. I don't know. But anyway, so this lovely engine oil is for my dad. That's also a really great name, because when my dad was younger, he used to work on cars a lot, and when he was in South Africa, he got conscripted into the army and he worked on airplanes, so I feel like engine oil is very fitting for him as well. Then we have another pair of socks for my dad, and this is 75% superwash merino and 25% nylon, and the name is "This is How Liberty Dies, to a Thunderous Applause." I feel like that's a reference to something and I don't know it. I feel like I should Google that. But anyway, it's a lovely blue. It's got some soft hints of almost like a lavendery purple, but mostly blue. I actually feel like it's a lighter version of this one. I mean, they're from different dyes, but I feel like they've both got the same like purpley blue vibes going on, but this one's slightly darker and this one's slightly lighter. But yeah, so this one is for my dad. And the final one, not that that's not a lot or anything, is this lovely kind of brownie color. I don't know what you would call this, like not quite khaki, but it's a nice brown neutral color. And this one is called Just Yak. And this is also 70% merino, 20% yak, and 10% nylon. This is for my mom, and my mom does not have sensitivities to wool, so this will be absolutely perfect for her. But yeah, so that's a lovely neutral. It's quite a solid. I don't usually knit solids very often, but I will for my mom. And I think that'll be nice. More close up of this color. So we just have, oh, so many amazing colors. Especially these lighter ones, I'm going to pull them out. These ones, I just keep looking at them over and over again, and I can't get enough of them. I just want to look at them all day. I can't wait to work on them. But I do have a few projects that I need to finish. So I've got a sweater or jumper that I've cast on for my dad that I need to finish. So I'm working on that. And then I have a pair of socks on the go for my husband as well. Because like today when we were in the car for quite a while, it was about an hour and a half, 2 hours to get from where I live to Perth. So I did have some car knitting with me. So I like to have socks for the car because I don't really have to look at what I'm doing, because I do get car sick if I have to look. Whereas with the jumper, I maybe have to think about what I'm doing. It's also a bigger project. It's not as easy to just like bundle up and take or put it in my handbag. So that is why I have those two going on. But once I've done those, I'm going to start working on these. So yeah, super excited, and I had such a good time, and it was really nice to go with my mum and my dad and my husband. So yeah, if you have been to a yarn show, you've been to a yarn show recently, let me know in the comments. And did you do any purchases? Did you feel like you were restrained with yourself, or did you go all out and buy lots of things? Yeah, let me know. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you next time. Bye!